Good morning. So, today we are going to dive deeper into Unreal Engine 4 blueprint modding. And this time we are going to take a look at reference modding. So, this is going to be a basic level tutorial on reference modding. So, what is reference modding? Well, reference modding is when you reference blueprints in the editor. You recreate them and you reference things inside of them, or the blueprints themselves, to use them for mods. So we're going to do one example of it, which will give you a basic understanding of how it works. So today what we're going to do is we're going to make a mod that lets us teleport our in-game character in a game. And yeah, you are going to need a few things for this. You are going to need UModel. You're going to need AES Key Finder, which is a tool I made. Uh, and yeah, of course, you will need Unreal Engine and the mod project that is in the first video. Um, so yeah, let's get started. So first of all, we will need the encryption key. So how do we get that? Well, we go to the binaries and Win64 folder and get the shipping exe from our game. So this is the one for session. We go to content and we go into the AES key finder. We drop it and we run find this batch script. Find 256-bit AES key. Now, if there is Steam stub, it will tell you, and then you will need to unpack the exe with the Steamless by Atomos, which I will not go through in this video. But yeah, let's just keep going. And we got 2 keys so far. I will bet my balls this is the right one, so I'm not going to keep going. But if you know yours might take longer, and might find more keys. So I'm pretty sure I have the right key. So in the UModel folder, which is also, by the way, in the packs folder of the game. So if you go to content and packs, I have all the things in here. So UModel, and we're going to make a file called key, and then I'm just going to put our key in here so that we can find that easily. I'm going to put that off to the side on the other window for now. Then we want to start UModel, and we want to go to the packs folder. Give me a second. There we go. So we want to go to the packs folder, and we want to actually no. First, oh, actually, let's just make sure that there's nothing in the logic mods folder. No, there's nothing. So once again, start start UModel, and go to the packs folder and select that folder. And then you want to find the version of your game. So if we go back in here, we have the exe, the main game exe. Go to details and you can see 426, 426. Okay, so this is 426. 4.26. Just gonna do that just in case. And now it's asking for the AES key. So we just take the key that we got from my tool, put it in here, and now we can open all this. What we're interested in is the game folder here. What we want to find is something to mess around with, and I want to find the character. So I'm going to search for something like character. And okay, yeah, there's way too much. Blueprint. Oh, filter. So no. So that's an animation blueprint. ABP, which is how this session devs name their stuff. So this is animation blueprint for average male skater. And this is animation blueprint for the skateboard. Here we have a pawn blueprint. I'm guessing this is, or player blueprint. I'm not sure how they're naming things, but this is player blueprint, a average male, XX, and then skater. So this is probably the main character. So let's actually save package. Do not hit export, hit save package when we do reference modding. And then inside of UModel, you're going to have UModel saved, and then you're going to have a folder called game. That's the content folder. Then data and skater. So game, just to remember, you can just rename this to content. Data, skater, and then this. So what you want to do is in Unreal Engine now, you want to recreate this. So go to your Unreal Engine and make a folder that you call data. Inside of that, you make a folder that we call so data and skater, and then we want to call that. So let's make rename so skater, and then all of these things in here, most likely things that are not like textures, anything that's like a blueprint class. So this is a BP blueprint, and this is pawn, I guess, blueprint. A pawn is a type of actor blueprint. So any blueprint really is kind of an actor blueprint. So you can just do blueprint class, actor, and then you give it the same name. So now, if we save here, we will have the same structure, data, skater, and then the blueprint. Now, that is a reference now. We will not package this into our mod, but we will direct things to this in the editor. So, just to be able to use this and see things, we will add something like a cube. And yeah, so let's add a cube here, compile. Now, to reference things, we need to go into our mods folder, GH4BP mod, and then into our mod data asset label. All these things you can find in the tutorial 1 for blueprint modding. So when we reference things, we don't want to actually package them. So when we do reference mods, we don't want to set apply recursively. So uncheck that box and save, because if we have that apply recursively, it's going to package it, and then we're not going to reference, we're actually just going to have this overwrite the original player. So now uncheck that. Now we will be referencing this instead. Okay. What do we want to do then? Well, now we want to make a mod of a type. Something that we can do here. So what can we do? Well, if we go to our mod UI and we add a button, and in our button we add a text. So if we go in here to our text, we can set the size of the text to be much smaller. We can do 12, I guess, that would fit. And then we give it, so we do spawn, no, teleport. Jesus, I'm sitting wrong, so I have to move my keyboard over. There we go. Teleport. Now, if we click on the button, or like here, the button, and then scroll down, we will get events. On an event, you can do something when it's triggered. An event is triggered when we, for instance, click this. On press, on click, on release, on hover. If we hover, we can do things, or unhover. So on clicked, which means if I click it with my mouse, we will do something. So what we will do is we want to teleport our skater. So to do that, we will need to reference the skater. How do we do that? Well, we go in here and we make sure the context sensitive is turned off, because we don't need that for anything. That's just going to limit the things we can find. So we want to do get actor of class, and then we want to do get actor of class, right? And then if there's multiple actors, we can do get all actors of class and do like for each loop. So if we have multiple actors of the same, so there's like multiple benches, so there's multiple something we want to change, we can do this instead and loop. In the loop body, we loop through them, and here we get the reference to them. But we're not going to do that. We have one character, and that's who we're going to move. So now we want to do PBP and get the class. So that's the blueprint. That's the actor blueprint, and we get the class from that. Then we want to pull out and do set actor location, which will change the location of something. And the target is going to be our actor, like that. Now, we will also need, actually what we can do, just to have a reference, we can do, we can pull, we right click. If we right click the return value and promote to variable, like this, we can then set this to our player, for instance, and then what we can do is we can go under the variables section here and we can pull that out and get our player and put him in there. So then we can use that as a getter for everything. Now what we want to do is we want to teleport our player forward and up, for instance. Or let's just say we want to teleport, let's forward and up. So we will, for instance, need to pull out, and we want to get actor location. Now that will get the actor location of our player. Then we want to get actor forward vector. This will get the forward vector of our player. Now we want to combine these and add like a few, like 500 units or so forward on this. So what we want to do is we want to do vector plus vector to add them together. But before we add these together, we want to add 500 units, or multiply this with 500 forward. So, because this is only a vector, this is one unit in the forward vector. So if we multiply by 500, it's 500 units forward. So to do that, we do vector multiply by float, like that, and then we do, let's say, 500. Now, if we hook these two up, what's going to happen here is we are going to input this, the plus, these added together, into new location. And let's just see. Okay, yeah. So, so what we want to do here now is put this into new location, and this is then our forward teleportation, for instance. And so what we can do is on text here, teleport forward. Now we can take our button and just make it a little bit larger. Oops. Teleport forward. And then, by the way, when you mess around with UI. Make sure that the anchor point is somewhere near the middle of this. And if you have a hard time, if it snaps, you can just hold down Shift and it won't be snapping. So put it somewhere around the middle because that's where it will be anchored if you resize the screen. So now make another button, for instance, and do the same thing for this. We can increase the length of it a little bit. And somewhere around the middle. Then add another text to our button. Set this to like 12. And then do teleport up. Okay. So, and then of course on the event, let's align these up somewhat. Like that. And on the event of the button on clicked, we will actually do the same shit. So we will do this same thing here, and but instead of getting the forward vector, we will actually get up vector. So oh wait, I have to get actor. Yeah, sorry. Get actor up vector. Like this. Pull it in, multiply, and that's it. Now, this will basically teleport us upwards. We can do like 500. We can, yeah, let's do 500 units. And on this button, we're going to teleport forward. So this is a very basic way of setting up a mod with referencing. So if you are now sure that you're not applying recursively and you have a chunk ID that's more than 0 or more than the last one of the in-game chunks, so check the amount of chunks that exist for the game packs. You can also just add to like explicit blueprints, add to like a collection and build that way. There's a lot of things you can do. But yeah, in theory now, this should actually, so if we do this and we go in game, and oh yeah, we have to be able to click the buttons. So to do that, we are actually going to do something in our mod actor, which is, so in the mod actor, so if you go back here to the mod actor, to show your mouse, you can do show mouse, set show mouse cursor, and then you just plug this in here, show mouse cursor, and then you from target, you do get player controller. Scroll down and get player controller, index 0. Then what you can do to focus on the UI, you can actually do UI and game set input mode. Then you can switch between them kind of by clicking in and out of the window. So player controller goes into the player controller, and then the mod UI, you get a reference in widget to focus. Now when we go in game, you can see I can click on these buttons. So teleport up. Oh yeah. This character is not the one, so it's not going to work. But what I will do now, the mod is finished. What I will do is I will package. So let's package. Select folder. And this should be our basic mod for referencing. So let's pull this to the side. So now here's our session game folder, our packaged mod, session game content packs, and here is pack chunk 1, which was cooked just now, and it has only the files that we made. So we will copy that into the packs and logic mods folder, and then we want to name this our mod name. So this name, you have to do that, or else it won't be loaded. So give that name to it, then go back and take, if there's a sig file, take the sig file, copy it in, and then just give it the same name, like that. Now, if we launch this, in theory, we should be able to teleport forward and teleport up. So, let's, I already saw them spawn, so in theory, we should be able to do that. The thing about session is that session, when you're on your board, you're technically you're technically the board. The actor is just like a side thing. So to teleport, we need to be in this mode where we're walking. So now let's click on the game to get the mouse and teleport forward. Boom! There we go. Look, I can teleport and run around, and I can jump and teleport. I can teleport up. Boom. So yeah. So now, if I have that button clicked, for instance, and then go back to my controller and click A, it will automatically click, so I can just just jump around. Oh, this is not solid. So yeah. Oh my god. This is too much fun. Oh yeah, so there's... So yeah. So that's how you reference a mod. You basically recreate the folder structure and the file path and the file name, and then the actor type. They act like if it's an actor or whatever. Or if it's a widget, you make a widget, and if it's a whatever, like whatever type it is you're trying to reference, you make that type. And then you use it like you normally would, basically. So yeah, that's how you make a basic mod with referencing. I think that's it for this video. I will make more advanced tutorials, like in intermediate level and advanced level tutorials in the future. I'm just making these basic level tutorials right now, just to get people kind of started, so people realize, you know, how it works and all that. So, but yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace, and over and out.